All praise to the Most High. Yeah, that sound good, y'all. Hello. What we doing?
Hey, cook that up, Kali.
We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. They said you got the call, they trying to blackball you. Play what they own, bro. You can't blackball a boss. The whole world, they hate this right here. The way you hate your neighbor, might as well pull the trigger on yourself. You know we get excited by the smoke. Every day we casting flesh. Say my treasure stored in heaven, we gon' blow the rest. They disrespected and we check. Them bank that causing kept it still. They asking others about my business, but I ain't got no instant miss. See, I still deal with ox direct. Cause your person don't mean you respect. Your outlet don't get no credit if the ox ain't in it. Money answer all things and you got all these questions. Playing Vic. Look, I employ slavery. If you broke your head. Yo, them crews in the hood, Jews in the hood. I caught them clues, now I'm good. I broke it down, he understood my all to you. Filtered through, you found a few, I'm good. We what we sold, this here exclusive. They like, hey, folk, look what you doing. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. Most I told me, be still, give her room to work. Know my movie work. Your faith ain't good, don't put the work in. In the spirit flexing, that my day job. Getting the mode out my own, I don't know what they are. Before I got the blueprint, and I'm too legit to quit. Let it spark in the dark, be a light, got it lit. Trying to map my movement, got my haters pondering. The odds set the question there, they wanna know if you still lit. It hit different, you authentic, a lot of odds pretending. We do it for the Lord, got my own motion, who are you to judge? Put Most High first, none above. Take in the spirit, we locked in, they'll come against your plot. You know Judas said, yeah, we spit them scripts, they barely not. Came on slave ships, then you not black. You know they tell you everything. Isaiah 30:20, yeah, we bad. You see what happened when they tried to rail the train up off the track. False witness, hypocrite. We throw shots back, now they feel hit. Must go get it. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still.
Well, all right. All right. Welcome once again to the Lion's Den. You out there in Lion's Den land. And this is the segment titled The Conversation Continues. And we're your host. You have the brother Yeshaya Da, JT Raw, myself, brother Malachiah, aka Big Baby Hebrew, and of course, making sure that all things as far as flights, scheduling, and all conversations proceed smoothly. She's in the control tower. She's the seventh answer. She is the lioness, Lady Karima. And we make sure that when we come here and the conversation continue, like all the other conversationalists that come through in the Lion's Den, we bring you the 7 eyes. And you know what the 7 eyes are. But if you don't, if this is your first time hearing our experience that we bring, the 7 eyes that we bring are intelligence, integrity, inspiration, influence, independence, insight, and of course, stone cold information. And of course, when you roll with the Lion's Den, You rolling with the pride. That's PRIDE. Because we're always permanently ready and destroying evil, starting with our own. And some of y'all say, well, sometimes when we hear you say that, baby Hebrew, what you mean by that? Look, we walk in the flesh like anybody else. We're in this Sinners Anonymous ministry like anyone else in recovery, and relapse is always possible. So, myself, JT Raw, and of course, Lady Karima, we strive to be the moral man and woman, but we have our fleshly, desires and certain unholy aspects that still creep up, and we got to stomp it out, keep it down, and temper it as best we can. So when you roll again with the Lions Den, you rolling with the pride, and we're permanently ready and destroying evil. And of course, we're also one of the many factions of the anti-coon movement. And what's a coon? A coon's a COON, a complete, obvious, obedient, yes, a boss, ninja. You know the actual word, but we try to keep that out of our vocabulary here. And also, the Lion's Den, the conversation continues. We're also the home of point, counterpoint. Sometimes we may not see eye to eye on everything. So we don't do the debate. We don't try to prove each other wrong and tear each other down or question one another's intellectual content. What we do is we'll present a point. Then someone comes in with a counterpoint. And we leave it up to you, the people out there, to make your decision on who intellectual or perceptions you'll roll with on certain subject matter, which makes us unique in that we bring you on this format truthality. You got all this so-called reality TV that has been bombarding you all these number of years. But here we bring you truthality, okay? And if you out there in Lions Den land have a phobia where you can't handle truth, the reality of facts, and we do bring you facts. And here in the Lions Den, when we bring you the facts, that's FACTS. Here we bring you frequent, accurate, correct truths. That's right. That's what we do here. So now, getting back to what I was going to say. Yeshaya, myself, and Karima, the seventh answer, we are always compassionate. And we understand that there's some of you out there, when we practice freedom of speech, but responsible speech, because we think before we speak, we know that some of you out there, you have a deep, deep phobia, an unnatural fear of truth, reality, and facts. Well, if you're that person, we want to extend to you our deepest sympathies, because we're not going to compromise it for nobody. So you better just tune out right now if you can't handle the truth, reality, and facts. And so when you come to the Lion's Den, there's one major house rule set by another lioness in the family, I Am Manna. When she put forth, wipe your feet, mind your manners, conduct yourself in an orderly manner, and enjoy yourself. Because if you come in with pig or hyena energy, you will be dealt with. You will be dealt with. And it won't be pretty. And when the lioness gets on your behind, we're going to back up off of you and mind our business, because we don't want that heat on our behinds. So you've been warned. So now, without further ado, Captain Yeshaya, the seventh answer, has cleared us for takeoff. So as the conversation continues, my brother, what's on your mind? What's on your mind?
What's on my mind is death and destruction. As you can see when you watch the news footage of what's going on in Hell Angeles, or burn Angeles. Yeah, these fires were started by some sick, crazy individual people. But when you look at the fire and how the fire is spreading, that's a divine power making them fires go from different places, different locations in Los Angeles. Los Angeles looked like somebody dropped an atomic bomb
I know,
on
but
it.
Captain, I'm sorry, Captain. I'm sorry. But may I come in and request respectfully that we do a layover? We'll come back. Can we come back to Los Angeles? Because there's something else that I want to go into, and I would like for you and Karima to allow me to take over this flight. And I want to take us to Richmond, Virginia, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
May
go
I?
ahead.
Let me just say this to you, all right? A couple of months back, do all you out there in Lions Den Land, do you recall that Yeshida and myself, we were talking about a lot of incidents involving black women in these hospitals throughout the United States of America? Do you recall how the seventh answer, Karima, and our color commentator who will probably join us, Sister Tawanda, they came in behind us and fleshed out what we were talking about even more when we were talking about how, due to lack of finances we sometimes get, we're subject to getting pitiful and bad health care. But there was something that was sticking in my craw that I believe that there's a systematic, intentional murder game being put forth in these hospitals. Well, for some of you out there, if you're not aware of this story, I'm going to take you to Richmond, Virginia, and this involves the Henrico Doctors Hospital. We have a problem down there. In case you didn't hear this story, there's a so-called nurse. If you want to call this heifer a nurse, her name, Erin Elizabeth Ann Stratton, 26 years of age. And between 2023 and 2024, this heifer is up on charges of being the perpetrator of breaking the bones of seven. She's only been charged right now for only one case. Kareem, I sent you some videos regarding that, and these should be usable. They're by the way of the news. Look for Bone Breaker Baby, or Bone Breaker Baby Bones, or Henrico in your video feed. All right, this heifer, this stinking rat fink, ugly demon walking with earthly feet, is believed to be the perpetrator of breaking the bones of seven black children in what is called their NICU, that's neonatal intensive care unit. My bones to my bones, which may be a poor choice of words. I am up here filming right about now because this woman, if you want to give her that, she was first suspended for about a whole year with pay for being suspected, or because there were other people who were complaining about their children, their babies, turning up with fractures and all kinds of broken bones in different parts of their bodies. She was put on suspension for a year with pay, and they brought her back. When she was gone, nothing was awry. When she came back, let's just say things just started happening. And it looks to me like the Henrico Doctors Hospital which is currently now shut down while this investigation is in play. Let me be specific. The neonatal care unit is now shut down because they're now in the investigation because they believe this woman is responsible. That's Erin Elizabeth Ann Stratman is responsible for the 6 other cases of broken bones of Black children. See, brothers and sisters out there, look, some of y'all say, well, how come you always bring up race? This is why. If you think this is an isolated incident, you got another thought coming. Look, I utterly believe it's a systematic and deliberate attack on Black women and Black children in these damn hospitals, man. This is why I've been urging some of you sisters out there, and brothers too, to get into the whole issue of learning midwife. I'm already investigating it. But now we won't be midwives if we men do it. But come on, man. When you find it, I hope you can find a video. If not, I'll go back out and I'll come back in and get the video, bring you some fresh feeds, lady Linus. But this is what's happening out here, y'all. They're attacking our children. What monster? What kind of monster must you be? And just a couple of days ago, Sister Karima, you were saying that a lot of this stuff out here, you just got to understand that there are some evil, wicked, demonic people walking among us. Demons walking with earthly feet. 2 Timothy 3:1, you think from verse 1 to 7, you think that's written in vain? That we'll be living in perilous times? This is what's happening. And and I bet you, as they said, the proverbial dollar to a donut, this is not an isolated incident. And it isn't, as far as I'm concerned. How do you explain in some of these hospitals, Black women just turning up dead, or their children turning up dead, or both turning up dead in these maternity wards? How? Unless you have satanic, demonic enclaves of certain people determined to get at us at all costs, as their birth rate and their reproductive numbers going down and ours are escalating. So Yeshida, as I relay that piece of information to you, what's on your mind?
Well, if everybody been paying attention and watching the news, you seeing what's going on in Los Angeles. Los Angeles looked like somebody dropped an atomic bomb on it. Now, these fires been deliberately started by some insane people. But when you look at the fires are spreading by wind. And we know that the Most High is the one that created the wind. See, there was this white woman that said some mockery about God on the Golden Globes 2 days before these fires took place. So a white woman named Nikki Glazer. And The Rock was at the Golden Globes, and as she was telling this joke, he was laughing when she said, God get no mentions, nothing, something like that, whatever the joke was. I got a video. If Karima can hear me, I wanted to play that video that I sent her. There's 2 of them. If you can play one, I don't care. Just play one of them, please. He's standing there laughing.
I get that, but hold on. But you know what? But you just glossed over This
Right.
major story coming out of Richmond, Virginia. We can get to L.A., man. We talking about our
I
children.
get this. Well, you said all you needed to say on it. I ain't got nothing to say. I don't even know
No,
nothing about it. So why would I talk about something I don't know?
no, but we're talking
I
about
don't
the.
know nothing about that
But what
story.
I'm saying though, is this here, Shida? It's not. We're talking about also other events that were involving black women turning up dead all of a sudden in these hospitals after giving birth to their children, or both the woman and the child coming up dead. So
Right,
what I'm
I
trying
get
to
it.
do is, and I'm making a connection now. This is in. We have to. What I'm trying to say is, look, for all y'all listening, for you ladies out here now more than ever, you really need to be very careful. We all do. Men and women, be very careful when we go into these hospitals. Because I'm just going to just say it like it is. We can't really trust these people damn no more, man.
Could you trust them from the beginning?
Well, you know something, you shied out. I got you. I absolutely agree with you. And this brings home what Malcolm X said so many years ago. Only a fool would allow their enemy to teach their children. But now hold up. Only a fool would allow an enemy to give them medical treatment. Look, but I know we've been trusting in them, but right now, with this particular story, this bothers me. From we didn't have Robert Brooks, who got beat to death with his hands cupped behind his back, and all these other attacks on our people. But this here, you got this demon breaking the bones of our babies. Okay? And I was hoping that Karima could find the videos, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back out. But all I want to, I don't mean to bring it back, but that's something that I don't want to just gloss over it. Okay, the LA thing, sure. The wrath of God, yeah, sure, I got that.
We didn't gloss over it. I can't talk about something that I don't know nothing about. That's why I let you talk about it. You talked about it. I let you talk about it. I don't know nothing about this story. So that's why I let you jump in and talk.
But but we could make the correlation to the other
I
to
get it.
the story that
Yo,
we did
it's
cover.
a horrible thing, man. I get it. Okay? They gonna be this white woman that did this. She gonna get what's coming to her. She ain't getting away. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I don't know nothing about the story, so that's why I didn't speak on it. I let you talk. All right? That's
Yeah,
all.
my bad. My bad. I'm not
That's all I'm saying. I don't
my
know
bad,
nothing.
my
I
bad.
can't talk about the story. I don't know nothing about it. That's what I'm saying. I ain't trying to like push the story to the side. I don't know nothing about it. So what am I talking about? You read about the story or heard about it. That's why I let you speak on it.
Yeah,
I
you know
know
what,
about what's going on in California.
yeah,
That's
forgive
why
my
I wanted
abruptness.
to talk to show.
All right, let's jump in the
Yeah.
calendar. Forgive my
Now, like
abruptness.
I said before, and I'll let you get back. What I said before, California looked like somebody dropped an atomic bomb. California looked like World War II. California looked like uh, the Third World War is coming. Fires breaking out all over the state of Los Angeles, from here to there. Ventura County, Palisades, Malibu, Brentwood, Hollywood Hills, all of this stuff. Is this the beginning and the end? We'll see. But if people really understand a lot and know that there have been a lot of sinister things coming out of Hollywood for years. That girl, what's her name? Kiki something, actress or something. She said that all these little producers and directors was doing some sick sexual stuff with her when she was a kid to get roles and stuff. Why you think Orlando Brown is all messed up and others? Because that's what that industry is about. Actors like what's it, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman said that directors was like hound dogs on them, man. little children's and all of that. You know what I mean? That's what's going on in that world. Now it's time for that world to come to an end. See, The Rock, he was at the little Golden Globes a couple days ago when that little white woman said that joke about the Most High. He was standing there laughing. Yeah, his house got burnt down. He ain't laughing now. Oprah Winfrey been doing a lot of dirty ass SHIT, stabbing a lot of our people in the back, like Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby, always sticking up for white folks. Michael Jackson died. Little two white kids she had on a program called Leaving Neverland a couple years back. They said years before that, Michael ain't did nothing to her. Now she gonna bring him on the program, and now they gonna say Michael molested him. Her ass got her house burnt down. Do I care? Do I really care about it? No, I don't give a damn. I don't really give a shit. She ain't never done nothing for black people as a whole any damn way. She be the first goddamn woman to spit on us. Okay? Now people that's in LA that got burnt out, that's, ain't got nothing. I feel some sympathy for them, but you rich ass niggas, I don't feel nothing for you. Period. Point blank. I could care less about your ass. Okay? Anybody that joined that club, now you feeling that heat on your ass now, right? You ain't got nowhere to go. Now you feel what a poor man, a poor woman in this country feel like. On the street, homeless. Now y'all know what it feel like. Y'all been living in your nice posh mansions and shit, bragging about how much money you got, fame. Now y'all ass know what it is to be homeless now. You play too damn many games. See, you play that game with Satan, man. Satan makes you think you're going to win. But actually, you're going to lose. Because if you play with Satan, you're bound to lose. He sells you a false dream, false hope. And when it's time to collect, he coming to collect. The end of this world is knocking on the door. Next week, Donald Lump gonna be sworn in. A lot of black folk complaining about it. I don't give a damn if he get in there. The promise he made the white people in this country ain't gonna come to pass. That's a guarantee. America ain't gonna be great again because it never was great in the first place. Not for me, not for us, maybe for them. This kingdom is on a time clock, and the clock is ticking on it, and it's about to end. When Armageddon come, California gonna look like what all America gonna look like. When the day of the Lord come, all of America gonna look like what California look like. On fire, destruction everywhere you go. Why? Because this been a wicked ass kingdom. Our people in this country begging for reparations that the white man ain't never gave us. He give everybody else, take care of them. Don't owe them nothing. But when it come to you, he don't want you to have jack. You built the kingdom for him. Your ancestors before you built it. And they don't want to give you nothing. Not a damn thing. So it's time for this kingdom to go. It's been time for it to go. Now it's gonna go. And ain't nothing they can do to stop it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's about to happen. This the sorrows of this world. It's just the beginning. They ain't seen nothing yet. They ain't seen nothing yet. There's gonna be more destruction hitting this country, more destruction hitting this world. That our people prepared for it? We ain't got no time to be BSing around no more because too much things is going down. There's too much things happening. That's the problem with us as a people. We always want to play, 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 and there ain't no damn time to play. These people out there in California, certain people that I'm talking about, the poor people, they don't know what to do. They ain't got no place to go. See, the most high didn't discriminate. He got the rich and the poor. Okay? Yeah, some of these people, man, had like what J Lo had a $64 million mansion. Gone. It's gone. California looked like it'll take about 10 years to build all that stuff back up. At least a decade. And the fire, they said the fire is what, like 17% contained? It might take another month to see something. But in that month, how much more damage will it do? I seen the fire, and it looked like it was a tornado wind blowing, like the burning bush in the scriptures when Moses was talking to the Most High. That's what it looked like. If you seen it on TV, it's like a fire tornado spinning. The Most High might have not started the fire, but he's sure making it go wherever he wanted to go. Because he is in control of where it's going. See, everybody, I ain't saying where Karima live. You know, all these people brag about how sunny it is in California. Oh, it's so sunny in California. California don't hardly get no rain. It's dry there. I bet you y'all would be praying now for some rain. Put out them fires. It looked like an apocalypse. And some of these people have said, this is the hand of God doing this. I heard some people say that on the news. Some of these celebrities. I didn't say he started the fire. That ain't what I said. I didn't say he started it, caused it to happen. I said by the wind shifting here, there, going. That wind, he controls the wind. And he make it go where he want it to go. Do these people out there recognize the wickedness that came out of that city? Over the years, the evils that went on in Hollywood, in the movie industry, television, everything. It's corrupt. Now it's time for y'all to feel the heat. And y'all feeling it now. There ain't nothing y'all can do. It's going to get worse by the day. It's going to get worse. There ain't nothing they can do to change it. You can't turn the clock back. See, you can't mock him and think you going to get away with it, man. Now y'all saw nothing in Hollywood but goddamn evil. Now y'all reaping back for all the evil y'all done. Hitting all these rich movie producers, movie directors, and all these big time Hollywood executives and all of that. Their house is burning down. The players, the major players in Hollywood, they losing their house. They ain't got nowhere to live. See, all that mockery for all them years, now it's coming back. They said that an estimate of 24 people, an old black actress that was in movies from back in the 50s. I'm not saying nothing bad about her. She got the report or the alert too damn late, and she died in the house. She was like she like did movies like in the 50s and the 60s, and they were sending out bulletins and stuff, you know, text message. She got the too damn late, and she got burnt up in the house. She was like 95 years old. I can't think of her name though. I heard about it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So you can't put that world before the Almighty, man, the Creator. You can't put that world. A lot of people, they put that world before Him. Y'all ain't putting it before Him now. Too late. This world, it can't go on because it's just too much damn evil in it. There's too much evil in it. These people are unjust, and that's all they ever gonna be. They ain't gonna never be just to our people. You know what I mean? Like the brother there, Brooks. I can't remember his first name. The man was tied, had handcuffs on him, and it was about 6, 7, 8 cops, white cops at that, beating the man up. And I heard there was a one of us up in the room. He didn't even make a move to try to stop him. Do nothing. You understand? So that's the way it is, man. This place is a nothing but evil here. It's not the place that's evil. It's the people that's in the place that make it evil. We just standing on land. The land ain't brung me here as a slave. Our people here. A people brung us here as slaves on slave ships. These people don't want to face God's wrath, man. They've been doing nothing but bringing a wrath on us. Now you facing God's wrath. You don't like it, no. But that's just the beginning. You ain't even seen nothing yet. He giving you a slight little taste of what he really gonna bring on you. This is just the beginning of your sorrows. How you like it? Y'all like it? What if you went through 400 years of straight up pain, misery, manhood, manhood took it away from you, womanhood took it away, shamed by the world. What y'all think about that? I turn over the floor.
Shalom, Mark. Shalom, shalom. This shot Chicago, B. Can you hear me?
You're on.
Loud
You're
and clear.
Okay. I see the information that you're pushing with the California thing, but you know, me and you, we have dialogues here and there, you know, personally. I'm not trying to see like LA is like what's going on in LA is like necessarily the Most High's doing. I'm looking at that like it's an insurance scam. Look at you're naming all those big celebrities whose houses are burning down, but you got to look at this too. All those big celebrities got insurances on those houses, and a lot of those celebrities at this moment in time was trying to sell those houses. So couldn't it be that this could be like an insurance scam? Now let's get to what Mally was talking about, what Baby Hebrew was talking about. Now they are breaking bones of babies and killing babies and doing all type of weird stuff in Virginia. Let's not just go for that. 2025 really just started, and look at what we're dealing with already. We got a catastrophe down there in New Orleans with somebody going around shooting up stuff. Ethiopia done split in half. They talking about it might break apart. California on fire. Another dude just did some weird stuff in Chicago on the expressway and shot up a whole bunch of police officers. They ain't reporting about that. It's a lot of things that's going on that they're not reporting about. And it could be the Most High's doing. But could it be this could be propaganda to get us prepared for something that they might be finna do this really don't has nothing to do with the Most High? It's to put us in fear. That's just like Down here in Memphis right now, they got people shaking and siding against each other. You know, all the way in London, they got people from London talking about what's going on in the United States and vice versa. But all of us looked exactly alike. We could all be uh, dispersed to the four corners of the world. It could be the Most High, but could it be it's just a a a a a a, 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 a film or something? Or I don't know what word to use. Could it be just like placating on to keep people? They've been lying to us for years. So couldn't all of this be another lie to keep us confused? You know, people worried about Diddy and what Diddy doing. Didn't nobody care about what Diddy was doing unless they was buying a CD from him. So now everybody got to comment on it, what his sexual life was about, what that man did in his bedroom and took pictures of. Them other people allowed them to do it. I don't care if they was high or not. You went in there with the cat, with the cat. What I'm saying is this, King. Do it do it all align up with the Most High's will, or is just these people giving us another facade and showing us that, like, hey, let's keep them distracted and do something else? Ain't nobody paying attention to what they doing over there in CERN, but we're paying attention to, you
Yeah,
know what
we
I'm
know all of
saying?
that shit is happening. I know all that shit is happening. All I'm
Right. So
saying
we
is,
go
let me
ahead,
say
King.
this.
Go
All
ahead,
I'm
King.
saying is he did not start that fire. We get it. We know that. But that fire is spreading. He is controlling where that fire is going. Point blank period. There ain't no getting around that. He's controlling where it's going. Okay? He's allowing it to spread from different place to different place. Okay? He didn't start it. I ain't say he started. I'm just saying he's allowing that fire to go wherever he wants. Yeah, we could talk about it, whatever you want to talk about. You understand what I'm saying?
No, it's
It's
just them
open.
LA fire. It's just them LA fires, King. The Most High don't blow slow. When he do something, he do it magnificently. One day, one day. Most he gonna do 40 days. At least that's what we got in the script. Now I'm not going against what you're saying because I appreciate what you're saying. Every piece of information that y'all put out over here on the Lions Den is crucial to our survival with everything that we do. What I'm saying is that could it be that this could be placated? That's the word I'm looking for. Could it be that this could be like a setup situation to make us look away from something else? Because you don't see about, like, they show you on the news every day, the whole city done burnt down. It looked like Hawaii did, what was that, a year ago, 2 years ago? But the bricks ain't burnt. How the whole city done broke down. And then you telling me the common man ain't saying, hey man, I done lost my crib. They only talking about celebrities. And those people with that type of money who names brings more attention to what possibly is going
Credibility.
on. I'm not saying the Most High started the fires. I'm not even saying you saying the Most High moving the winds. That's great. He gonna move the winds where he want to move the winds to. But what I'm saying is that the Most High don't move that slow. You mean he gonna set us up for? If the fires are still going, they've been going for a while now. You mean the Most High move that slow?
Whatever happening, that's happening that we seeing on the news, he's in direct involvement with it all. We get it.
But
He controlling the narrative of everything.
he's
Okay.
also into the narrative of how fast our hearts beats. So what I'm saying, the Most High don't move like that. Okay, the scriptures say his brink of his eyes, what, 1,000 years or something of that nature? What I'm why would the Most High move that slow if it's up on us right now? I'm not negating what you, don't get me wrong, King. I don't want you to think that I'm going against nothing you're saying. But what I'm saying is so much stuff going on other than LA that we're not paying attention to because we're focusing on LA. I guess we're focusing also on the Trump. I'm gonna push out 40,000 immigrants, this, that, and the third. Some of them could actually be Yasharala. I'm saying we're focusing on LA, and there's so much stuff that's right in front of us. Was you in New York, right? Wasn't New York skies like orange for like 2.5 months a while back?
Thank you. Yes, yes, they were. As a matter of
So
fact, they were. And Shaka, listen, what you're doing right, what we're entering right now is the phase of point counterpoint. We welcome the energy. Go ahead.
So only thing I'm saying, I'm not taking away nothing that you're saying. I'm saying we got to put in perspective everything that's going on everywhere. Ethiopia just split the fucking. I mean, excuse me, I don't want to get the channel flag. Ethiopia just split in half. They ain't showing you that on the regular news. It literally like some people. You know how in the scripture the ground opened up and they were swallowed up. That literally really just happened. Ain't nobody talking about that. Ain't nobody talking about them doing what they doing. This in Virginia now. Check this out. It's black. It's not white women. It's black women. They breaking up the baby bones. They killing the mamas. They killing the babies. Forget that. Let's go. Let's go a little bit deeper than that. Let's look what I'm here in Chicago. Look what they do in Chicago. They done rerouted everything in Chicago. The police don't respond to nothing. Don't respond to nothing. Let's forget Chicago. Let's go to Iowa. The police don't even come out in Iowa. If you call and say it's gunfire, somebody just got shot in Coralville, Iowa, they'll come an hour and 20 minutes later. I got the reports on this. Let's look at what's going on. All right, forget California. Look at
So
Vegas. You got
Shaka. So let me come in. So now, what now we got to go back to what the Bible did say. That this what we're looking at right now is the height of 2 Timothy's 3, verse 1 to 7 about the perilous times. Evil men, evil women, people lovers of themselves, truce breakers, incontinent, fierce, angry. So it all boils down to divine prophecy, divine judgment. You ask, you said the Most High doesn't work. Does it work slow? Let me correct you. When he destroyed Egypt, when he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, when you ask why would the Most High work slow? One thing about Egypt and some of the other destructive aspects of judgment he put forth, and he did it slow. He wants you to know it's him doing it. That's why he works slow or methodically in some instances. He wants you to know it's him doing it. Now, in the case of LA, and there's some who are saying that it was attributed to the mockery of him on the Golden Globe Awards. And then 2 days later, these fires happened. You got all these pyromaniacs out here that are out here deliberately and calculatedly setting the fires. But you just raised the point that because this particular issue here, it has one nucleus, but multi-faceted reasons that you're bringing up as major league talking points. The nucleus is that, listen, we're seeing now divine judgment and divine decree. And if the Most High isn't directly doing it, there are instruments and elements out here acting on his behalf. As we were told in 1 Peter 5, the 5th chapter, that be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, is going forth with great wrath. So what we're looking at are a bunch of demons with earthly feet going absolutely berserk. That's what. So you are definitely cooking with gas, because now when you see the insurance scam in LA, do you know that right now, as we're speaking on this broadcast, why do you have, and I talked about this in private talks with Karima, the seventh answer, and Yeshua just a few days ago. The companies BlackRock, Blackstone, and Vanguard, 3 major league real estate companies, are now already surveying all that damn burnt up area. These 3 companies have been principal, right along with Bill goddamn Gates, in buying up real estate all throughout the Americas. Farmland, everything. Come on, man. You right. Shaka, you are cooking with gas, and you definitely seeing the insight, hindsight, foresight, and every other kind of sight that you can think of. These are all deliberate acts, because the perilous times and the wrath of the devil is in full effect think about this for a second, y'all. Around what? Was it December 25th? Wasn't there a story about the Pope was gonna
That
open
was
up
the 25th.
portals?
Yeah, that was the 25th. That was the 25th, King. Yep. You finna talk about
Open
him
up
opening up those
portals.
things. Yeah,
Open up
that was
portals.
the 25th.
What has this demon unleashed? Because not only was there a portal opening in Vatican City, there was also a ceremony that took place in North Carolina. There was also one that took place in Sacramento, California, y'all. And now, since that opening, these portal openings, y'all, look at all the foolishness and the insanity that has been happening behind that. See, we gotta understand.
It was five. I
We
don't
are
mean to cut you off, King. It was
go, go, go,
five
go,
portals. It was
go.
five portals. It was five portals open at the same time on the same date. What you talking about is something that I witnessed, and you can go back. I don't know if the footage is still available, but if you look at the Pope opening up the portal for the what do they call it? The something of Lucifer, and they open it. If you look at this dude's face, this dude look like all of us might, well, not all of us, but some of us might have been in situations where we know, like, man, this is a no-win situation. It's better to run than to try to stand and fight. Because sometimes a better run is better than a standing and fight. The way that dude was looking, I was like, man, he's scared to even go in there. And then they did all of them, five of them at one time, on the same date at
Yes,
the
they did.
exact same time.
And what's
Something
significant
true.
about and hold up. And what's significant about the number 5? When you don't forget that there's 5 points to what? The inverted star, the Luciferian star. Don't forget it. The 5 is known as the dog star, the demonic
Oh, I didn't
star.
think about that.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't think about
everything,
that.
brother. That's why, look, each one teach one, reach one. We all know something here. So therefore, now we're putting our collective heads together to see the big picture. Yeah. Now here it is, right? How do you in the area we're gonna keep it on these portals with the portals being open? The moment they let that be known, and the moment I saw the ceremony in Vatican City, then they talked about California. I mean, not Sacramento, California, briefly. Then a North Carolina portal opening. Hey, yo, you got to look at the fact that Ephesians, the 6th chapter, biblically speaking, Ephesians, the 6th chapter, is now being made more manifest that we are no longer dealing. We truly are not dealing with earthly for. We're dealing with spiritual wickedness and indeed high places, and they are letting themselves be known now. Now everything is just being uncovered, and choices are going to have to be made. Because you're right, Shaka. Here it is, right? While we're distracted with the LA incident, with the whole thing going, with the Virginia incident, there's Virginia and all these other incidents. Right now, they're getting ready to put forth a UBI, Universal Bank Income. Beast mark of the beast. Oh, yo, listen,
But
y'all.
ain't they doing that with bricks already? The UBI, ain't they doing that with bricks?
As a matter of fact, yes, they are. Yes, they are. So yes, man, everything is connected, brother. Everything is connected. Okay? You talking about these fires could be being deliberately set. How do you explain that a couple of one of the pyromaniacs who they allegedly caught, all right, in the act, just so happens to have ties to, drum roll please, ba-ding, Mexico. Okay, if Seventh Answer's on, Karima, bring out what you was talking about, how this dude is connected to Mexico or a cartel. If you're listening, if you're on right now, when she come,
You're talking to me, Melly?
Well, the lioness, Karima, we were talking about this privately,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
she
okay.
said,
Okay. Okay. So,
and
Buddy,
she go ahead.
no, go ahead. Finish what you were saying, King.
And what she was gonna bring out the ties to that one of the guys who got caught setting these fires. He was doing it because he was FBI or CIA related, and somehow he's part of a Mexican cartel that was on his behind, and he set the fires in his particular region, and for to make way and make way where he could escape. Suppose this she could explain that better, but I'm just saying. However, the guy who set the bomb in front of the Trump Tower in Vegas and the guy in New Orleans who ran those people down and killed them on New Year's Day. They also had ties to Mexico.
Absolutely.
What is
Now
so?
that
What's
New
going on?
Orleans
Make the connection, y'all.
incident is clearly suggested that this guy had something to do with a cartel. Here you got an influential guy. I'm gonna use the word influential because it's not like he no broke guy. He just out there, you know, blowing up stuff. But this guy got. If you do the research on this cat, I mean, he getting money. He's a real estate developer. He's a real estater. He was selling properties, this, that, and the third. And then all of a sudden, he come from Mexico and then just go to New Orleans and start killing people. Could it be that this guy might have? I'll be the devil's advocate here. I don't want to use the word. Yeah, I'll be the devil's advocate. Could it be that this guy owed some people some money and they said, "Hey man, go kill these certain people that's going to be over here at this particular night"? Because if you look at the people that he shot, 7 of them are related. Do the research. Do the research. Could it be that he was? It's just like that bomber. Remember back in the day, the bomber went to the bank and they put the bomb around his neck and said, "If you don't get the money, we gonna kill you." They had him sitting outside on the ground and they blew the bomb up. Could it
I
have
remember
been a
that.
situation like that? It could be situations that we don't even understand from the outside because we Yasharalaing so hard and we look every time. It can't be that every time that we see something. And y'all, please forgive me, because I'm Yasharala to the bone. I prescribe to the Bible. I don't put no games about it. But could it be that sometimes that things happen behind the scenes that we don't understand, that we attribute to the Most High, when the Most High, yeah, the Most High hand in it because He know everything. If we believe in the omniscience of the Most High, but could it be things behind the scenes that the Most High really ain't paying attention to because He doing something more busy? Or let me give you a personal. I'll give you a personal thing. Like I've been to prison, so I went to prison for something, and I was in prison. Yeah, the Most High was up on me. What I mean by that is the Most High was up on me because maybe He sent me to prison so I wouldn't die in the street. But at the same time, the Most High could have redirected things. What I'm saying is, like, sometimes we look at things and we give it, we pay. Is all right? Is it the Most High's will that people get high, smoke crack, and do meth? And no, that ain't the Most High's will. That's our will. If it's the Most High's will, even the scriptures say, "Don't be a drunkard." Yeah, have a drink or two, but know what you're doing. Get you a buzz on and go sit down and chill out somewhere. It ain't the Most High's will for somebody to get high and go blow somebody's brains out. Sometimes we. This is my opinion, and I think we're all entitled to one. But sometimes I think we take things that's in front of us and, well, God did that. Well, God didn't. I don't even understand why we still say that God put us in slavery because we cursed. I don't think we was cursed. We disobeyed. God did. If it take God 1,000 years to blink His eyes, wouldn't you get a whooping if your mama whooped you for 40 seconds out of a minute? shit, it's gonna seem like it's been 1,000 years to you. So I think we take certain things out of perspective, but a lot of things we should keep into perspective. And to do that, okay, so we see the perils that's going on in the world. So if we see that, are we gonna pray for the world? No, we're gonna pray for us and the Most High and those that we closest to. I can't even lie to you. I don't remember when I prayed for my enemy because I want my enemy to be my enemy because I know exactly who you are. Even though I'm supposed to pray for my enemy. I'm saying that I think sometimes we take things out of perspective and put it on the Most High when a lot of other times it's really just stuff that the elites are doing. And I don't even want to use the word elite. It's just certain things that, hey, we got Trump here now. He said he putting 40,000 people out well, not every city, but a lot of the cities I done seen that said, man, we going against them. Chicago said it. We got a whole black mayor. He said, man, we doing for them because they get the TIF funds. We gonna do for them for we do for you. But some of us, hell, I ain't gonna say I'm living from pillar to post, but I know a lot of people that's living pillar to post. One missed paycheck, you're gonna be homeless. Would the Most High want that for his people? No. Those are influences that's put upon us by the society that we live in, King. And if I'm wrong, then correct me.
Let me respectfully let me come in with a counterpoint. Actually, Shaka, when you look at the fact, if for our Bible believers, when you open the scriptures, the Lord will tell you that when He brings a judgment upon someone, depending on what they've done, because be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatever a man reaps is what he sows, or whatever a man sows, what he reaps. Judgment, his judgment does come forth on any and every one at all times. Nothing happens unless he sanctions it. That is a divine principle, a divine order, whether people believe that or not. Okay? When this curse that and this enslavement that we've been suffering, that did come upon us because we had the wicked of our forefathers and mothers yesterday, and here we are, their children, doing even greater evils that have contributed to our wretched condition. These are all judgments that come forth by way of Him. Or in some instances, these things are happening by way of the spiritual demon known as Satan to wake us up and get our attention to turn back to Him. But either way, absolutely nothing happens unless He gives it the leeway for it to happen. Someone gets strung out on drugs. Well, the scriptures tell you that if you destroy your body, if you choose to go against His divine law on what to eat, how to live, that His spiritual wisdom will lead you to your own ruin. He's not making you do the drugs or whatever you may get into per se. You're right, Shock. You're absolutely, positively right. But a universal judgment that He put in play, if you go against Him, is in effect. So it's always Him at all times. But in this instance here, the perilous times that we're living in, the evils that have been unleashed into woods and pain, name calling, there's no need for that. No, we're not crazy. If you haven't been paying attention to the news or these spiritual matters, as Proverbs 24:7 did say, that the wisdom of the Lord is too high for a fool. Rather than you give insults, why don't you just bring counterpoints and leave the second grade name calling someplace else? Or if this is too high, as far as this conversation is concerned, for you, you can leave, okay? But being disrespectful and coming in here with pig and hyena energy, ain't no need for that. I just want to let you know what's in pain. We do pay attention to the comment section. Okay? Romper room disrespect ain't called for. Getting back to what I was saying to you, Shaka. So your counterpoint and you're bringing in your spiritual insight is welcome, and you're absolutely right. Let's pay careful attention to the fact that these fires are happening in California, but there are other events happening all throughout the planet, and who's benefiting? To whose benefit are all these things that are in play happening? I want to make sure we understand that yes, there are demons and devils in play. Demons walking with earthly feet, and you're right, Shaka, they're not elites. What they are is a bunch of damn pirate rich thieves who've entrenched themselves into the controlling of this world. As Job 9:24 said, the earth and all of its riches and everything else for the time being will be given into the hand of the wicked. And now I'm paying attention to BlackRock, Blackstone, and Vanguard. If y'all don't know these companies, look them up. But I'm gonna give you a
BlackRock
quick
is a
overview.
devil. BlackRock is straight devil.
And
BlackRock
where
is Satan.
and guess where all these companies are coming from?
Where? Go.
England, the house of witchcraft.
Say what? Say it again, man.
England, the house of witchcraft, the house of Satan. England. That's where they come from. BlackRock is from England, and the other companies that you was talking about too. They're from Europe, out of Europe, England.
Okay, exactly. See, we gotta look at the fact that we have to pay careful attention to the fact that here it is, the majority of the farmland in America is owned by who? Bill Gates. We gotta pay attention to the fact that out there in California, all in that region, who owns the water? Now, hold up, y'all. Since when does
Two
water?
whole crackers on the water, a male and a female. I don't know. I don't know their name. I can't remember their name.
They're a billionaire couple, but their name are Stuart and Linda Resnick. Now, if you're familiar with the wonderful company that makes the pomegranate juice, they make pistachios and all kinds of other nuts. They're involved with all kinds of other foods and products, but here it is, they're controlling the majority of the water under what a legal term called riparian rights. They control the majority of the water out there in that region. Now, here it is. Prior to these fires taking place, which gives credence to what Shaka laid out, that these fires could be man-made, manufactured for a reason. You had the current mayor, what was his name? Shirley Bass, I think her name is, and Governor your governor, Ron Newsom, okay, a nuisance. I mean, Greg, what's his name? What's his fool's name again? I'm getting brain freeze on here, y'all. Is it Ron Newsom or Greg Newsom? What's his fool's name? Anyway, somebody put the name of the governor in California, please, of Cali. My point is, though, y'all, they both slashed the budget and reduced the number of firefighters in the region. And now, all of a sudden, in those areas where these fires took place, the water pressure was non-existent. Come on, y'all. Come on. Help me say it, y'all. I smell a rat, a big fat dead rat. And these fires just now, boom, happen. Some say, well, They were the mockery of God on the Golden Globes. But still, these fires just happened months before the firefighter, the force, it gets cut. There's a shutdown. Okay, the water is owned by one couple, and here it is. They didn't have the good sense to go out here and use seawater and other means to fight these fires. It just let the property burn because the fire hydrants all of a sudden have no water pressure. And then, not to mention, State Farm and Allstate, two major principal insurance companies, also pulled up their tents in the area, allegedly in the area of fire coverage, and boom, lo and behold, all these fires and videos showing these pyromaniacs out here deliberately setting these fires. And now you got BlackRock, Blackstone, and Vanguard. The three major companies that's buying up real estate and property all throughout the 50 states are now in that goddamn area surveying it. And you got Mel Gibson, who seems to always be in Martin Riggs and Mad Max and Mad Mardigan form. He's on what was her name? He was on Fox News giving an interview, and what does he say? So cryptically, hey, maybe they want LA empty. Who's they, Mel? Who's they, Mel Gibson? What you know, Mel? Huh? So two major insurance companies pull up their tents and get out of Dodge before these fires happen. So like a good neighbor, State Farm won't be there. Man, oh man, oh man. Somebody cue Dr. Dre's F You song. Oh man. Timing is everything, y'all. We can't prove anything, but all we're doing is connecting the dots. And it just so happened, now I don't have full knowledge of this one, so I'm aware there happened to be some talks of a California restructuring plan. The CRP, a California restructuring plan, y'all. I don't know the particulars of what that plan covered, but fires all over the place, people losing their homes, no insurance, can't file insurance claims, so they just gonna take a loss, major. That's some restructuring for your ass. Now, normally we don't cuss here. I'm just gonna I'm just saying. All we do is come here and give you the spiritual perspective, but we break it down financially, socially, and politically. See, we connect all the dots. That's what we do. And you heard Shaka, he came through just a minute ago giving his perspective. And when the lioness comes in, the seventh answer comes back and comes through, everybody's stepping away for the time being, probably getting video evidence, because we all have videos that we want to show. But listen, I'm going to recommend a couple of shows that give even a deeper rundown. There are people out here who do it better than I and Yeshaya, and I'm devoid of ego. I want y'all to check out this show titled Poppin' Politics. It's three sisters on the panel. Oh, they go heavy, 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 heavy in regards to what's happening in California, y'all. They going heavy with their inside knowledge and their tipsters and those who are informing them. There's a brother, Professor Black Truth, and a brother named Torian Rain. See, I'm gonna give recommendations because see, I listen to other voices out here. See, the key to being a great moderator, the key to what we do here is being able to respect other people's opinions. See, Shaka just came through, and Shaka gave all these different talking points and different aspects but there's one nucleus. Make no mistake that we are now living truly in the last days of this world empire. Some of you may not believe in the spiritual aspect and spiritual reign, no spiritual realm, but we do. We do. And see, as Kevin Spacey said in the movie The Usual Suspects, as the arch villain Kaiser Soze, one of the greatest tricks the devil ever pulled was making you think he don't exist. We talked about the portal openings by the Pope. Why is he even opening portals? And what has he unleashed on this earth? Biblically, we were told that in these last days, the devil would come forth like a roaring lion, seeking to devour all. And I'm seeing just that. People getting gobbled up, ate up, chewed, and spit out. This beast is not having any mercy, and having the protection of the Lord on you is the way to go. We're seeing now demonic events and happenings. So wouldn't it behoove you all out there, even some of you atheists now are starting to say, let me go brush off this Bible and open it up and start paying attention. Because see, some of you out there, for all my atheists, all you agnostics, all you non-believers, okay, if the Bible's not what's happening, if biblical prophecy is not what's taking place, if the spiritual analysis that we bring is wrong, then break down why these things are happening. Okay? Why are your God or your gods allowing these things to happen? Why don't you come with your strong proof and break down why it's happening? See, this is why when we come here, right? We don't come here as the end all and be all, but what we are now doing is challenging all you naysayers out there. Some of you come in here, oh, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. But you never come with a counterpoint to show otherwise why we're wrong. See, I could take someone telling me I'm wrong if they come in with an equal, viable, and absolute proof counterpoint that shows it. Just saying that we're wrong, but you don't have no answers, that is ridiculous, okay? Utterly ridiculous. See, we come with our data in hand. And also, like I said, when we come here on this show titled The Conversation Continues, we come with the 7 eyes. I'm going to read them off for you again. Intelligence, integrity, inspiration, influence, independence, insight, information. Meaning what? That not only do we come with our talents and our abilities, we have others out here using their God-given talents to bring to the table the things that are happening and why they're happening on a spiritual perspective. And on that note, let's see who's talking. In my comment section, we got Vicar Emerson World. We have Woodson Payne, even though you're a naysayer, and saying we're being a dumbass. Really? Really? All right. We got Django in this mofo. We have who else talking? We have James Glenn. We have Brother Marquise. We have E. Bizzle in the house. What's going on, brother? We have a long-time family member who's made his way back. Black Jesus Buddha. What's going on? We got Just Sharon. Salah Yah Ben Yah. Right back at you. Welcome, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have who else? And we know, and you've been hearing Shaka Kelly give his rundown in position. So let's see who's talking. We got Tyrone Kanaka. You using Psalms 148 and 8. Fire and hail, snow and vapor, stormy wind, fulfilling his word. I send the plagues. You know what? Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. Brother Tyrone, Brother Mississippi, okay? Django, and this mofo, you right. Okay? That's right. I'm gonna add to your spiritual verse, the book of Ecclesiastes, in the book of the Bible called the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus, the 39th chapter, verses 28 through 30. That in these last days the Lord will send forth his spirits of vengeance, and they shall lay on sore strokes according to his will. Fire, hail, wind, snow, the teeth of wild beasts. That's right. All these animal attacks. When animals attack. That's right. They're doing the bidding of the Lord on his enemies. Everything is spiritual. Let's not forget Isaiah 66 and 15. Behold, the Lord will come with fire. LA is what? On fire. LA is on fire, y'all. And the Lord said, I will come with fire. And my chariots like a whirlwind to lay forth his fury on those who've angered him. That's right. Come on now. That's not just happening in a vacuum. But this LA thing, man, is ugly. The fact that State Farm and Allstate, you supposed to be in good hands with Allstate, I thought. State Farm, the good neighbor that's always going to be there, pulled out of fire coverage 3 months before the fires began. Come on, y'all. That means that for all those people, poor people in particular, or well-to-do people, some of them moderately rich, and those who are poor, paying into all that insurance money, and they cannot make a claim, meaning they are flat out of proverbial luck. Okay, you might want to duck, y'all. That might be a catalyst for some civil war. Hold on, let me get this straight. I done paid my premiums. I done paid into this company where you gave me assurances be covered if anything happens. But of course now, with insurance companies, they're only about making money. And here you have other insurance companies that are out here now pulling the "we don't cover acts of God." See, they believe in God when it's convenient. When it's time to pay out, now they don't want to cover. We're not going to cover acts of God. Pay attention to what we're dealing with. All right. And let me keep on. Let me see who else is talking. We got. You said, okay, Django and his mother says, outline of biblical usage without blemish as a sacrifice, without a spot or blemish morally, without blemish, faultless, unblameable. You're right. When you give the spiritual perspective, it does cover and encompass all things, Django. Let me see what Vicar, now let's see what my man, who else is talking? Let me get to, now Black, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad says what? Hollywood is the land of Dajjal, the house of Satan. Allah is shaping up the world for the righteous. You're right. The Allahayim, the one true power, his name Allah Hayam, meaning power. You're right. He is shaping up the world for the righteous. I will agree with you on that. That's why we not supposed to be attached to material things. Black, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, I agree with you 1,000% on that issue. All of us out here, we better get the war and military mind. Because I don't think these insurance holders out there in Cali getting jerked out their money and can't make a claim. I don't think that's just going to just blow over. All right, you talking about people putting thousands to thousands and thousands of dollars, and they need their money now. And see, I'm gonna say this here: some of them insurance holders are white people, and see, unlike Negroes who might sing and dance and do a fish fry, white folks, when you go messing with their money, they don't sing and dance; they kill you, straight up. And that's not a racist statement. I'll prove that. I'm going to come back and prove that statement. Let me read on now. Thank you, Marquise. That's right. Hit that like and subscribe button, y'all. But E-Bizzle, you're right. It's terrible out here, and not only in Chirac, my brother, but everywhere. You're right, E-Bizzle. You're absolutely right. You got Vicar Emerson. All these blasphemers out here talking cash money doo-doo about the highest. What they expect to happen. Exactly. You're right. Vicar, I can't. Look, I'm up here, sitting up here scared out of my mind. I'm not the most holiest and righteous of righteous. I see the handwriting on the wall and it scares me. I strive to be a moral man. I do fall short. Sometimes, in some instances, deliberately and consciously, but I'm man enough to say that. I don't fake the funk. I need help. But you got people out here who are just talking reckless, way reckless, Vicar, and they are getting stepped to. Vicar, people can say what they want about me, but I'm chilling in the fear of the Lord. Yeah, I fear him too. James Glenn says, Job 23:9, God is doing it all. God works on his left hand, has workers on his left hand and on the right hand. Whatever is going on, the Most High is doing it. Okay, there you go. Job 23:9. Great scripture, brother. Great scripture. We got Vivian. Shalom, peace to you too. Now, Woodson Payne, getting back on, you said portal opening. What you talking about, Willis? Or you want to go, Gary? You want to go Gary Coleman, huh? Stop messing with people's heads. Portal? So you is crazy, right? See, Woodson Payne, there's nothing crazy about myself nor anyone else that's on this panel. Yeshida and the lioness, the seventh dancer, Lady Karima. We're not crazy at all. What we do, we put forth the information. We put forth the facts behind it. And not just us, all others who participate in this conversation as it continues. And it's either you believe it or you don't. But don't dismiss us as being crazy. These are the stories that are being put forth and events that actually took place. And yet, after these alleged portal openings, look at all the chaos and confusion that's been happening since. You have to ask yourself, what did the Pope unleash? As James Glenn just said, the Lord, if you believe the Bible, if you believe all the accounts, we're told, created both good and evil. And he has workers on the right-hand side of his operation and the left-hand side, demonic side of his operation. There's nothing crazy about what we're talking about. Now you're saying, Woodson Payne, the humidity was 11%, and there was a 40-mile per hour wind that blew against power lines, and sparks fell down and set the woods on fire. Stop playing with people's heads. Stop being a dumbass. So wait, Mr. Payne, you didn't see the videos taken by people showing actual perpetrators setting those fires? You missed the news accounts of a couple of pyromaniacs who got caught having ties to Mexico, an alleged Mexican cartel. Did you miss that aspect of the story? I can believe that with the winds kicking up and those power lines, because those things are no joke, that could be part of it. One of the many aspects. But you must have missed the other stories and videos being of showing people actually getting caught in the act of actually setting these fires, sir, with the wind contributing to their being conflagrated, meaning expanded on. So like I said, there's nothing about, we far from being dumb, and we're no one's ass. Let me see. Okay, as far, if you were listening to our broadcast, we didn't just put the fires in Hollywood, sir. We did cover Pacific Palisades. We talked about these areas, sir. We said various areas in the Los Angeles region. But I guess you must have missed the news feed showing the fire looming over the Hollywood sign. I guess you must have missed all the celebrities whose homes, as we speak, are being burnt to the ground. Their California homes. I'm sure some of them had enough sense to use their money to have other homes they could go to in the meantime. So come on, man. Come on. Stop being a negative Nicholas. You have Vicar Emerson World using
Okay,
Isaiah
let me play
41.
this video, but I want to clear the sign. The sign ain't burnt up, but I want to clear that up. That's false.
What?
But
No, I didn't say burned up. I said it was the fire. Well, the fire was looming over it. But please come clear it up.
yeah,
Play the
ain't no,
video.
yeah, they didn't even, you know, touch that or deal with that. That's just, extra. But yeah, I'm about to play this video.
Or a war zone. There's fires that happened in LA, literally transforming large parts of the city into looking like a wasteland or a war zone. But why is nobody talking about this? What around town is a large proportion of the fires is man-made. Like people are literally lighting the city on fire, like causing the fire to spread on purpose and walking away. Like multiple people have started these fires all over the city. Y'all don't find that strange? All the way down to the big fire in Hollywood. Yeah, they just came out and said they caught the suspect who started the fire. So this means this is not a wildfire, but people are literally setting the city on fire on purpose.
He started the West Hills fire because that was started at a parking lot. He's going to come over here and light up this area.
Oh my gosh. No, this is crazy. I can't even believe it. Because I'm like
a 30-year-old guy,
crazy. Because I'm like, how does a fire jump literal cities?
I know. I can understand there, but all the way over
Exactly.
to West Hills,
that doesn't make any sense. Okay.
all right.
Thanks for letting me know, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep talking. I want to play these other videos, but keep talking.
Okay, sure, no problem. And there you have it, y'all. See? Where when we talk about it, we bring out proof. When we talk about it, the seventh answer, she's on her job. Like I said, it's somebody who can do it better than we can. And it's always good to let them bring their skills to the table. See? Did you see that video? Woods and Pain? And I'm not saying it to you to be mean spirited. I'm just showing you that your indictment of us is way off. You see that? Did you see that there are people out here deliberately setting the fires, which goes back to what I always say to Shaka Yates that the T is silent. Shaka laid out earlier potential high-level real estate scam, or as a sister Karima, the seventh answer, put forth, yo, you got some very evil, nothing to lose demons walking with earthly feet out here just doing things. Mischief. Perilous, remember now, the Bible, perilous times. People be fierce, angry. In that is jealous. Jealousy, we all know that evil jealousy is a dangerous emotion. Here you have people seeing someone else with something that they don't have. And they don't know how to go about getting it, or too lazy to get it, whatever it may be. Someone with nothing to lose, that's the most dangerous man or woman walking the earth. And they're out here just setting the world on fire. It takes me back to the Dark Knight when Alfred the Butler was explaining to Bruce Wayne about the mentality of the Joker. And Alfred said, well, Master Wayne, you need to understand, someone like this Joker fellow, I'm paraphrasing, this Joker fellow, he's just someone that just wants to watch the world burn. Okay? Drop it, Karima. I believe that video is showing you the opening of the portals. I think. Hold up. Pay attention, y'all. So, pay attention. At each video, pay attention, y'all. Just pay attention. She gonna run another video. Go ahead, Karima. All right. If you're now just joining us, this is the conversation continues by way of the Lion's Den. And what you're watching was a series of videos going back to December 25th, that Christmas Day, y'all, and where the Pope and other of the Catholic order were opening portals. It made the news that the Pope would be opening portals. Portals, y'all. You know, think Pandora's box. when she opened the box that unleashed all kinds of hell and mischief. What was behind those portals that the Pope unleashed? Because what I noticed after those portals were unleashed or opened, a whole lot of chaos and madness has been happening all throughout the earth. But you had a ceremony in North Carolina, a low-key one in Sacramento, California as well in that time frame. And you had Ohio. Something's always happening in Ohio, though. And now, look at what we got going on. See, so what we're doing is we're bringing forth video proof and evidence. And there may be some of you who don't believe in the Bible, you don't believe in anything on a spiritual plane. You may not believe in the metaphysical and that of the esoterical. Some of you just believe in whatever my eyes don't see, it don't exist. But something or some things were definitely unleashed when these portals were opened. Whether you believe it or not. But everything is always spiritual. And also now joining us, we have our beautiful color commentator in the building. Miss Tawana Johnson, welcome. Welcome, color commentator. As we go forward, we're talking about what's been going on in California, the fires. Now, I'm sure your industrious self can definitely bring your contribution to this discussion. We have there's one nucleus, but many different aspects. I will make no qualms in saying, yeah, do I think it's divine judgment? Of course I do. But do I think that it's also mischief makers doing these fires deliberately? Yes, I do. Do I believe the account of one of the perpetrators having ties to a Mexican cartel, one of the pyromaniacs? You know why I believe that? Because the guy who blew up the Humvee or the Jeep in front of the Las Vegas Trump Tower, a casino, he had ties to Mexico. And then the perpetrator of the whole thing down there in Bourbon Street, New Orleans, had ties to Mexico. Boy, Mexico, what's going on? What's going down and going on in Mexico? I wonder. All right. So that's what we're discussing right now. California. All right, these fires. And now all of a sudden, all right, all these details that were hidden are now coming to light. We see now how, again, I'm going to keep on saying their names. Vanguard. You got Vanguard, Blackstone, and BlackRock. All of a sudden, right behind all these fires, all of a sudden they have descended on California. Now what's up? What's good, y'all? Make me understand why they there. How you had allegedly, okay, State Farm and Allstate. Allegedly 3 months before these fires popped off. Okay, pulled up tents and got out of Dodge in the area of fire coverage, leaving a lot of people out there who paid their money faithfully unable now to make a claim. I'm sure the big time, Hollywood celebrities may get their money, but all you poor or well-to-do out there in Altadena, you fly out of luck, according to these insurance companies. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that ain't just gonna blow over. That ain't gonna just blow over. Now we here on the Lions Den, we are always cognizant to make sure that we don't get caught up in no language that's incendiary, that could set people off. We don't condone any kind of violence. We don't condone any kind of sedition. But this move, if this move is true, if Allstate and State Farm, if y'all pull this Garbioggio out there, pulling up your tents, and you're going to tell these people who've been paying their money faithfully they can't make a claim, that ain't just going to go away. That's not just going to go away. Gavin Newsom, that ain't just going to go away, man. You see, I get how this government operate. It's the old, you give a person an inch, they're going to take a mile. Y'all been taking and taking and taking and getting away with it for so long. You don't think that people have it in them, but we've been seeing signs along the way. You know how people have been going postal, as they call it. You know, attributing to people in the post office back in the 80s and then in the 90s, losing their cool and killing people with all these mass shootings. Well, this could breed a severe civil war. Because you messing with people's well-being, man. How the hell, you know, you gonna tell someone who have been paying into the system and they need their money, their house is gone. I'm sorry, we can't help you. We no longer cover those acts. Boy, I tell you, man, you think that's just gonna blow over? No, that is not just gonna go away. That's gonna be a problem. All right. The fact that allegedly the mayor of Los Angeles, Miss Bass, and Gavin Newsom, a nuisance, take your pick, had cut and reduced the fighting department significantly before these fires happened. Now this is where I say, well, wait, did they 3 months know beforehand that on the Golden Globes there'd be a mockery of God and therefore the wrath of God would come into play? Come on, man. There's some things, even I have to back up and just do a reassessment of. But everything is still spiritual. But my point is, something just like the old Keith Sweat song, something just ain't right about this. Especially when you had, before this fire, discussions and talks. I'm aware of it's called the California Reconstruction Plan. Something along those lines. See, it's the CRP. Well, if you set a whole heap of fires, I'm gonna do some slave talk. If you set a whole heap of fires, that drives a lot of people out. Well, damn. If I'm Vanguard, BlackRock, and Blackstone with billions and billions of dollars to come in and buy up all that land, dirt cheap. Oh, you can do a whole lot of reconstructing. I buy up all that land. You no longer, and here in cahoots with the insurance company, make it where people can't collect their money to cover their loss. Okay, I come in, I got a solution. I will build homes. I will build livable places that you can rent. You won't own it, but you got to rent it from me now. Yo, That's Reconstruction for your ass. Like Nino Brown said, America is big business. Everything is always business,
Okay,
never personal. Now come in, bring your point. Bring your counterpoint. I was waiting on it. Go.
I ain't got a counterpoint. I wanted to say this. I said it to you earlier. My theory, okay? So, for allegedly, okay, this guy right here set the fires, okay? And you already told the story. The cartels was after him, but my theory is, how did the cartels knew where he was at? So I'm like, is the government involved? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Letting him know or them know where he was at, so he could do that dumbass stuff. Because how did they know where he was at? And why would he do? I mean, he have to have some kind of military skills or some kind of skills. But I believe that the government be playing with people's minds and having them do crazy things. But I'm gonna play this video.
Santiago Morales. They say every fire has a spark, but few imagined the spark in Los Angeles would be Santiago Morales. A lone figure with a past cloaked in mystery, Santiago is accused of igniting the blaze that consumed the city of angels. Why? Rumors swirl, revenge, desperation, or something darker. As investigators
Can you turn it up? I can barely hear it.
Who is Santiago Morales, and what drove him to light the match? The city burns, but the truth might scorch even deeper. The man behind the flames.
Hold on, it's up loud, but the video is low. Hold on.
But few imagined the spark in Los Angeles would be Santiago Morales. A lone figure with a past cloaked in mystery, Santiago is accused of igniting the blaze.
But what's his name in the meantime? Creamer? Because he looks as crazy. He looks as crazy as he is.
Santiago Morales. Hold on, I'm gonna find him. Hold on.
Yeah, Santiago Morales looks as crazy as he is. You can see the demon living behind his eyes, man. Hey, and when you ask, my dear Karima, that the government, how did the government tip them off? Look, the United States government will have sex with a snake if you hold the snake straight enough. They always play both sides of the fence. After all, who killed John Kennedy? Who killed Malcolm X, Medgar Evers? Who killed Charles Hampton, Fred Hampton, Robert Kennedy? Come on, huh? Who did Huey Newton? Tupac Shakur? Who did all? Come on, the government, they always got their hands in the pot. J. Edgar Hoover's long dead and gone. But what? The counterintelligence program, COINTELPRO, lives on and on and on. George Herbert Walker Bush, long gone. But him being co-founder with J. Edgar Hoover with the counterintelligence program goes on and on and on. Yeah, Karima, they play both sides.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna find another video, a louder video, but I'm gonna play the other video in a minute.
Oh, by all means. But yeah, man. Yeah, they tipped them off. Of course they did. They tipped the card. Yeah, they did. Without a doubt. Ain't no doubt in my mind. And this is why you better be glad you have independent media. You ready to play the video? Go play the video, Karima.
There's no entry or exit wound. How they're designed is to make the target feel like they're crazy, like they're imagining things.
And you guys also said that these attacks are happening right here in this city. Is that correct?
I mean, there have been some that have gone public with respect to Washington, D.C.
I think it was Mr. Grozev said you spoke.
There's no entry or exit wound. How they're designed is to make the target feel like they're crazy, like they're imagining things.
And you guys also said that these attacks are happening right here in this city. Is that correct?
I mean, there have been some that have gone public with respect to Washington, D.C.
I think it was Mr. Grozev said you spoke to a Russian agent who said that they believe that Americans are using these same weapons on them. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Might that have something to do with part of the CIA's motive to cover up the existence of this tech and these weapons?
That is a very logical possibility.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Gentleman yields. Chair now recognizes the gentleman from New York, Mr. Goldman, for his round of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to our witnesses for being here. Mr. Grozev, I want to follow up a little bit on the interactions you've had with Russian intelligence about these AHIs. And Mr. Zaid, I want to ask, and this is a hypothetical, but I'm trying to understand.
Weapons, aren't they?
That's correct. There's no entry or exit wound. How they're designed is to make the target feel like they're crazy, like they're imagining things.
And you guys also said that these attacks are happening right here in this city. Is that correct?
I mean, there have been some that have gone public with respect to Washington, D.C.
I think it was Mr. Grozev said you spoke to a Russian agent who said that they believe that Americans are using these same weapons on them. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Might that have something to do with part of the CIA's motive to cover up the existence of this tech and these weapons?
That is a very logical possibility.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Gentleman yields. Chair now recognizes the gentleman from New York, Mr. Goldman, for his round of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to our witnesses for being here. Mr. Grozev, I want to follow up a little bit on the interactions you've had with Russian intelligence about these AHIs. And
weapons, aren't they?
That's correct. There's no entry or exit wound. How they're designed is to make the target feel like they're crazy, like they're imagining things.
And you guys also said that these attacks are happening right here in this city. Is that correct?
I mean, there have been some that have gone public.
Seventh answer, what's an AHI?
They talking about. Remember the discussion they was talking about with the aliens? I mean, with the what they call unidentified.
Yes. Okay.
But he's saying in between then that the government is using mind things to control people's mind and make them think like they crazy. And remember, I was saying that they be doing that to people, you know, making them seem like they're crazy, making it seem like people after them because they know what kind of mind that they control, because they know if they can tap in their mind that they will cause them to do something crazy, just like the dude that burnt that lady on the train. You know what I mean? It's like, what is tapping into these people's mind to make them do crazy things like that? It's another dude that just starts stabbing this person, just in a child. You know what I mean? Just went up to the child and started. You know what I mean? It's
up here in the Bronx. I got it. Yeah.
Right. So I believe that the government have these technology where it can actually tap in people's brains and minds and have them doing crazy things.
And brothers and sisters, what the seventh answer is talking about is sleeper agents, or what we call the Manchurian candidates. If you've never looked up the term Manchurian candidate, this is a person or persons who can be recruited by the government, by their government or another government. That they have no loyalty to those whom they are sent to attack. These guys,
some people call it. Some people call it gang stalking. It's a form of gang stalking when they're having different people follow them, making them think that they're crazy, delusional, and tampering with different things. Yeah, look it up, gang stalking. But that's
hold on. You're bringing another aspect that I'm not familiar with. I'm giving Manchurian candidate, but they all are connected. Look, this is incredible. You said gang stalking?
Yeah, gang stalking.
All right. But yo,
I'm gonna show you. Just
I believe it. I believe it. Okay. How you got now these same immigrants, somebody out of Venezuela, out of Mexico, or ties to making all these attacks, man? They came over here. Doesn't it take me back to that whole video you brought out, Creamer, about these military agents coming through that border? What are we looking at, y'all? Are we looking at some extremely sophisticated psychological operations, psyops? Could be. But in the meantime, between time, all right, again, while LA is on fire, you have Mecca, the supposed holy city, underwater. They got flooded out. Major. So you got one part of the earth on fire, one part of the earth underwater, one part of the earth is sub-degree freaking cold, and one area of the earth under sub-degree, super degree heat. But be that as it may, all of it is still tied to divine judgment. But we, the people here, we better start getting ourselves together, keeping ourselves in order. Because again, while all this is happening, that fog, it ain't gone away. That fog we were talking about on the last episode when we were on the air, making people sick. Who knows? That could be part of the whole issue of making people go crazy. Oh, there you go, Richard again. Conspiracy theory. But yo, do y'all remember movies that have been dealing with the spraying of agents, the spraying of certain chemicals in the air, biological warfare that have come out in the recent years that turned people to zombies or drove people crazy? This fog has cropped up now. Texas, New Jersey, Italy, New York. So I'm interpolating them. Texas, New Jersey, Italy, New York, Serbia, parts of Africa, the United Kingdom, China, Florida, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Australia, France, Paris. Yo! And behind that fog, that's all. I've also noticed not only have people gotten physically sick, but there have been, if you will, mental outbreaks more. I'm just saying. Movies like one of the Batman movies, not The Dark Knight, but I forgot the other one that came out. It was 3 of them, but it was one that dealt with the fear virus that Mr. Fear put out into the atmosphere, jacking people up, making them crazy, hallucinate. Creamer, when you said that about this here, you just made me think about that movie. Look, y'all, art only imitates life. And let's not forget all the experimental drugs, biological poisons that were put out by the United States government and other governments. Before you go, oh, that could never happen, don't forget Hiroshima or Hiroshima, tomato. But you know what I mean. Syphilis. Don't forget. See, when you forget, all those were experimental drugs. Let's not forget, we just got through what? COVID? That just didn't come out of a vacuum, y'all. If you don't think how did the CDC know and track exactly and pinpoint where it started? Come on, unless they made it. Come on. Make it all make sense, y'all. That's all. Look, we can't prove anything. We can't prove anything, but what we do is we've been given our clairvoyance and our good sense to connect the dots, to see things. While some of you are out there distracted, we are dedicated to being on point, to see using our God-given talents unapologetically, to see the things that some of you may not want to see because you can't handle it. But we can. And it's our job to come out here and report it. And you better be glad that you have, again, independent sources of media like this great Truth Reality format that you're watching right now. I'm gonna switch up, y'all. Now I want to go back. Karima, I sent you some videos. Look for this little, I gotta be careful. Don't want to use no incendiary or racial epithet language. So I'm gonna be careful because my emotions are getting the better of me on this one here. We're gonna go into the whole. I'm gonna come back to the LA issue, but let's go back to the I'm gonna call it the bone breaker. Look for some stories out of Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, concerning a nurse breaking babies' bones. I want to go back to for those of you who are just now coming in. When we opened the show earlier, I opened up talking about Erin Elizabeth Ann Stroutman. Now, some of the videos I did my best to, some of them are usable. Whatever can't be used, fine. But bring this story. If you haven't heard about this, y'all, it's going to anger you. But again, this goes back. I bring out this particular story because 5 months ago, you had myself, Yeshida, the seventh answer, Lady Karima, and our color commentator, Miss Johnson, Tawana Johnson. We were talking about Black women, Black children, some of them coming up dead in these hospitals. I put forth unequivocally, unapologetically, I do believe it's a deliberate, designed hit on us. Taking me back to when the children of Israel and the Israelite women were being attacked in Egypt, when the then Pharaoh put out an edict to attack and kill from newborn to 3 years old male Israelite male boys, males, boys, to offset the prophecy of the coming of Moses at the time. And history has a strange way of repeating itself when you choose to forget it. We don't forget here. So if you can find those videos, Karima, if the ones that are usable, because there may be some that may, I look for the little dollar sign, making sure. But if I'm guilty of an oversight, but please, if you can bring up just one of the videos, I want y'all to brace yourselves, because out of Richmond, Virginia, and I want y'all to write this down, the Henrico, HENRICO Doctors Hospital.
Wait, hold on. I'm still in the process of trying to find this video. I'm gonna get it, okay?
Yeah, no problem. I'm just spelling it out for those who are listening. I want them to get up off their duffs, get a pen and paper, and write this down. All right. Henrico Doctors Hospital out of Richmond, Virginia. Henrico is spelled Henrico, y'all. Doctors, Doctors, Hospital, Hospital, Hospital. Erin, Erin, Elizabeth Ann Stroutman, 26 years of age, y'all. She's up on charges of, for now, 1 baby, but a total of 7 babies. Black children, mind you, had their bones broken between the year 2023 and 2024. A total of 7 children, bones broken, in what is called the NICU. If you don't know what NICU stands for, that is neonatal intensive care unit. You all, this sick, wretched, despicable scum was attacking newborn children, y'all, breaking their bones. The hospital, when it was first brought up, and they turned away Child Protective Services, who was sent in by some concerned parents. They even suspended this crow. They suspended her for a year with pay while they did their investigation and bought her back. They bought her back. Now I want y'all to pay careful attention as Karima is queuing up the video, and we're gonna run it. But this gonna make your blood boil, because see, we got Robert Brooks, we've had so many other attacks. But this goes back a few months ago on one of our episodes where Karima, our dear friend, Sister Tawanda, and Yeshai myself brought out stories and different aspects of what's happening to Black folks in these hospitals. So when you're ready, Karima, you can run the video.
Psychiatric evaluation immediately. Not a doc, but symptoms sound like paranoid schizophrenia. Best have him checked and treated. User Charming Roof 7990 makes a concerning post on r/mental health Philippines. Spouse thinks he's being targeted. My husband, 32, has been going on for the past year that he's being gang stalked. It's really annoying because he can't go one day without saying that I, 30-year-old female, is gang stalking him. He even goes as far as saying that our daughters 12 and 8 are in on it. He believes there's people attacking him with, quote, energy weapons, and that pretty much everyone everywhere is in on it. He can be driving and anyone who has a headlight that doesn't work is in on it. Any car alarm that goes off or sirens are supposedly to get him annoyed. Apparently, he's part of a group of people known as targeted individuals that are being tracked on an app that everyone has so that they know when the targeted individuals are nearby. I'm really, really tired of it. It has consumed his life, which has now consumed mine. I'm tired of being called a perpetrator. I can't even cough, sneeze, or scratch my nose without him making some dumb remark about me doing it to gangstalk him. Is anyone going through the same thing with their significant other? Any advice on how to handle this? There is an immense amount of posts that you'll find on Reddit, 4chan, X, Facebook, and endless websites dedicated to gangstalking. Gangstalking is a worldwide phenomena, a rabbit hole hiding in plain sight, with allegations of paid actors that not only follow victims wherever they go, but perform organized routines to cause inconvenient coincidences, something victims call street theater. Claims of non-consensual surgical implants installed into a person's body that allow gangstalkers the ability to track, monitor, and even control the actions of a victim. And if you think that's strange, well, you haven't seen anything yet. See, you are currently looking at what the site targetedjustice.com claims to be microwave burns. These alleged microwave burns supposedly radiate from devices that gangstalkers install in different areas of one's living space, even from a toilet.
It's September the 10th, 2024, and the back of my legs are getting targeted for frequencies emitting from my toilet right here. This bottom stem part.
These photos and videos are concerning, and it still gets darker.
There is technology that can project sounds and voices into a person's head who is targeted for such psychological torture. That's what happened to me.
Victims of gangstalking call themselves targeted individuals, or TIs for short, and they believe that they are at the center of a mass surveillance and torture campaign, meant to slowly break them down. Until
If I can help another targeted individual fight back against telepathy, then the sacrifice will be well worth it. To any TIs who read this, understand that your attackers use the form of ventriloquism I describe in the paper to move your thoughts. The most horrific weapon ever made is being used on human beings. And if you ever learn the truth, you will understand what I did here to protect myself and my family.
November 20th, 2014. It's a day many will never forget in Tallahassee and beyond. What started out as a night of studying in a college library turned to tragedy because of one man, Myron May. May believed he was a victim of gang stalking.
gangstalking is an umbrella term describing a series of techniques utilized by a group to instill mental instability within a victim, with the intent to discredit, sabotage, harass, extort, and even drive a victim to unalive. A victim of gangstalking can have their reputation, credibility, careers, relationships, and entire life put into ruins. Techniques such as mind games, perception manipulation, organized stalking, covert harassment, constant surveillance, and possibly electronic harassment are used to push a victim to mental instability. Proving one's targeting can be very challenging, and there is very little law enforcement support, which allows gang stalking to be extremely effective.
Electronic harassment, synthetic telepathy, voice-to-skull technology. Chances are you haven't heard of these terms.
How much more can you invade me than to go into my brain? It sounds like somebody else is reading the book, only it's thoughts.
We're not having a group hallucination. This is actually something that's happening.
They're called directed energy weapons. These weapons use microwave technology, particle beams, sound beams, and other methods to control, damage, induce schizophrenic experiences, and even kill. You'll often hear targeted individuals refer to something called voice-to-skull messaging, or by its acronym, V2K. Voice-to-skull technology can cause victims to hear voices and other audio inside of their own head, completely inaudible to anyone else. You may hear mentions of remote neural monitoring, which is a form of functioning neural imaging, allegedly developed by the NSA. This is a device capable of accessing and decoding thoughts without a person's knowledge or consent. You may even hear mentions of synthetic telepathy, which is where two brains can communicate with each other just by thinking. This is achieved through an intermediary, such as a computer. Targeted individuals allege that they are under the control of these directed energy weapons. They believe they are the guinea pigs of this mind control technology that's being implemented all around the world in covert programs, sort of like an MKUltra 2.0. But is there any proof that these weapons are real? Is there any evidence at all? Well, as it turns out,
They want to see if they can manipulate people to do things that are irrational, but also walk them to their death.
there's plenty of it. Okay, just because directed energy weapons exist doesn't mean they are actually being used on unsuspecting individuals. But you can clearly begin to see the complexity and sensitivity of this subject. While researchers state that gang stalking as a phenomena is due to mental illness, targeted individuals insist that they are victims. So what organization is behind the program? Who are the alleged gang stalkers? Well, isn't it obvious? Government agencies, law enforcement, the military, insurance companies, the CIA, the FBI, pharmaceutical companies, secret societies, homeland security, criminal organizations are just a few examples of alleged gang stalkers. In fact, there's a whole category of targeted individuals who identify as chosen ones. Chosen ones believe that they were chosen by God to walk an appointed spiritual path. They believe that they must prove themselves worthy or able to overcome challenges put forth by demonic entities in order to protect their unique spiritual gifts. They believe that demons appear in their life, often in the form of people, and they must stay on their spiritual path. Chosen ones may blame sickness or negative emotions on black magic, witchcraft, and other spiritual attacks. Now, moving on from chosen ones, the most popular culprit of alleged gang stalking is some type of government agency. The idea that the government is practicing mass surveillance isn't anything new or surprising. With news headlines in the media every couple of years highlighting whistleblowers that have come forth to allege that our phones, computers, and other devices can be hacked to watch and monitor individuals, I think we all just sort of accept the possibility. I mean, considering that the internet was invented by DARPA, a government agency, who as of 2021 has a mission statement to, quote, make pivotal investments in breakthrough technologies for national security. On top of that, the touchscreen on your phone, the voice recognition, the microphone, the GPS, the microprocessors, the batteries for those microprocessors, the wireless technology, that was all created by DARPA. Now, DARPA technology is said to be 20 years ahead of civilian technology. Now, I'm not alleging that the government is watching you. I'm saying that the concept isn't that strange. In fact, by 2018, the Monmouth Polling Institute found that 82% of respondents voiced that they believe that the government is watching the actions of American citizens. But gang stalking goes far beyond just being watched and listened to. When researchers conduct gang stalking case studies, the requirement for a case to be considered gang stalking is that there must be at least 3 individuals involved. The group must conspire to stalk, harass, or threaten a victim, and must be organized with a clear purpose. By these qualifications, as long as there's more than 3 or more people involved, it's gang stalking. And if it's not some government agency, often corporate organizations are also accused of this nefarious activity.
Okay, we're back. Now
that's
the video. That video is heavy.
You heard him say the insurance companies. You feel me? This all, like I said, this all could be, elaborate plan.
But Karima, what I'm gonna say is this here. Listen, I happen to know some people who are claiming they are being stalked in the very way that he described about thinking that someone's after them, that someone's using some kind of electronic equipment in some ways to harm them physically. I know some people personally, but what I'm looking at also is all these random killings that are happening out here all of a sudden. People just killing out of nowhere. Some of these immigrants who've been brought over here, not only do you have the pyromaniac setting a woman on fire, but you had a couple of college students here in New York who were killed by some of these immigrants just out of nowhere. And other random acts of violence. And now, this video got me thinking about a lot of, especially involving some of these Venezuelans.
Okay, so let's go back to the dude they claim it's running from the cartel. Okay, and here it is. They, like he said, it be insurance companies involved. Now, all of a sudden, they took the insurance back. I mean, they dropped the insurance like 2 months ago, whatever. You feel what I'm saying? All this is a plan. Like the government, the insurance company, dealing with people, messing with their mind, just like this dude, having him believe that the cartels is coming because they know that he wicked and did some wicked shit. They got a drop on him. All this shit, I'm telling you.
But wait a minute, Kareem, hold up. Your boy in New Orleans. Look at your man. Boy, your man in New Orleans. Your man in New Orleans, a real estate and investor and insurance investor. Your boy out here who blew up the Trump vehicle, the vehicle in front of Vegas. He's associated.
The dude that killed the what is it? The dude from the CEO of the pharmaceutical company or what? The CEO.
Yeah.
They probably was messing with his mind too. I don't know.
But I'm saying, hold up. They happen to have ties to the pharmaceutical and real estate and insurance. So come on, and all out of Mexico too. They all had ties in Mexico. Come on, yo. And now you bring up this video and this whole psychological operation I never heard of, gang stalking. And I know some people who are making claims like this, that someone's tracking them and using home cleaning robots to get at them. I've been hearing this stuff. And I'm not ashamed, because I get psychiatric treatment at the very place I go to do my sessions. I've been hearing some of the patients making these claims. That's why I'm tripping. Like, what? Hold up. I've been hearing people making these claims. So it does have its merit. And this is why I say, shamelessly, of course, a shameless plug here, hit that like and subscribe button because you get it raw, straight with no chaser here on the Lions Den. See, we tap into and go where these corporate owned media sites won't go. You need to know this. And like I always say, here in the Lions Den, somebody knows something. I know something. Karima knows something. The seventh answer, she knows something. Tawanda knows something. JT Raw, Yeshida, he knows something. Somebody knows something. So when you come here in the Lions Den, you're getting hit by a bunch of know-it-alls. Because somebody knows something. And you know something out there. So hit that like and subscribe. All my Facebook listeners, you're more than welcome to chime in. But what we're showing you is how deep this thing goes. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to get the videos that I had provided regarding the errand girl. But then thinking about her, if you can pull up one of those videos about the baby bone breaker, I just sent them again to you recent. Just give me one. I hope one can be used. But yo, I've been saying for a long time, we've been saying for a long time on this show, you better walk with a swivel head when you are here in the public. There are a lot of ticking time bombs out here. I think back on the fact that over the last 25 years or better, many governors in many states have been closing down deliberately. A lot of psychiatric hospitals, and unleashing a lot of people out here to the general public who are a danger to themselves and to others. This guy here setting fires, along with other people videotaped in the LA area setting these fires. What if they've been sent to do just that? To do that? Programmed to do that? Either Manchurian candidate style or gang stalking style. They closed down. Here you had the government throughout the 50 states make a 25, 30 years ago, shutting down psychiatric hospitals. Most of these people out here who you see homeless, many of them were turned away and turned out of institutions where they were institutionalized and getting the help they needed. They were put back out here on the street. They're vulnerable, out of their minds, and are a powder keg waiting to explode. And we hearing all these random, what we think are random acts of violence could be indeed coordinated and calculated. It's easy to manipulate and use someone who's mentally unhinged as a weapon. All these mass shootings, they could have been sent to do these things. Because I noticed if they're not killed, most of them are taken alive. But yet you got people being shot out here unarmed. Well, black men, women, and children unarmed being shot by the police. But some of these mass shooters, the ones who've been taken alive, were armed to the teeth and weren't killed. This is really something to think about. And I'm going to say, for all y'all listening, do you see how blessed you are? You see how blessed you are that you have those of us out here who haven't sold our soul for the dollar? And we come here free to drop this information and put these different conversations and different aspects of living in life, and from spiritual to physical, for you to think about free. I want y'all to think about that. Meanwhile, you have people in ABC, NBC, CNN, MSNBC being paid millions of dollars, programmed to lie to you. I want you to think about that. Let that sink in. And here we are, Master Me. Here we are, independent media, free. And there's some who got the Cash App thing going on. But I do this because this is my calling. We do it because this is our calling. The greater reward that we get is that here we are contributing to your spiritual, intellectual, social, political, emotional, economic liberation. So we're going to continue on. I guess she'll look for me a video with the bone breaker. But in the meantime, here we got another. I want y'all. Wow. Damn. Run this video, Karima. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Setting at least 4 fires in downtown Los Angeles is in custody tonight.
This is that surveillance video showing the 31-year-old Marias approaching the building and then allegedly torching paper and cardboard stored behind a fence. In September, the same man was seen prior to a fire along Willow Street.
That showed the suspect gathering garbage throughout the day, placing it at the front door of the business. Then later that evening, the suspect returned and lit the trash on fire.
Then yesterday, October 3rd, Victor Marias allegedly returned to that same location on Willow, gathered wood and debris from a nearby garbage can, stacked it against a power pole, and set it on fire before casually walking away. That one in August of last year, where Marias can be seen nonchalantly pouring an accelerant on the wall of a building along Palmetto Street, then use a lighter to ignite it. Earlier today, his case went to the district attorney.
With the suspect facing multiple felony charges of arson of a structure and arson of property, along with a probation violation.
This is the man who started the Los Angeles fires, and the story behind it will leave you speechless. Santiago Morales, a 28-year-old Mexican immigrant, was arrested for deliberately starting fires across the city. But the story behind his actions is both shocking and tragic. Santiago fled Mexico as an illegal immigrant, escaping the violent grip of a cartel in Michoacan. Living in constant fear and struggling to survive in Los Angeles, he found himself overwhelmed by desperation. Over 2 days, Santiago set 5 fires in carefully chosen locations. Armed with a gas canister, he moved under the cover of darkness, creating chaos no one could predict. When arrested, Santiago revealed his shocking motive. The cartel he fled from had found him. He believed that by creating widespread chaos, he could distract his enemies and buy himself time to escape. While his actions have left a city grieving, his story sheds light on the desperation some face when trying to escape violence. Santiago's life may have been one of fear, but his choices have left scars on Los Angeles that will take years to heal. But for many, this tragedy raises questions about how such events can be prevented in the future.
Okay, see, there you have it. Now, I find it amazing that you can have Karens and Beckys calling the police on black folks for having barbecues, selling water, cutting grass, selling newspapers, and you have it. But here it is. How come these Karens and Beckys never see these pyromaniacs doing clearly what is utmost suspicious activity? They never see them doing that. They only see us, but they don't see none of these fools in the open. They don't see none of this at all. That I find odd too. But hold up. Let me take a real good look. We had I wanna to feeds Daryl. You wrote, and I appreciate this comment. President Bush, the father in Texas, he closed 3 of the biggest hospitals in Texas and put these, I'm assuming, mentally ill, put them on buses and sent the bus down to downtown Fort Worth, Dallas, and Houston, and just dropped them off downtown without a word to anyone. He just did it and didn't say anything. Okay, that's my point. Here in my neck of the woods, we had former governor of New York, George Pataki, during his administration, and then former governor Andrew Cuomo, all cut down and shut down a number of psychiatric hospitals, releasing a lot of people who are in desperate need of help and are a danger to themselves and the others out on these streets. And then, of course, this last Democratic administration allowing all these people coming through those borders, many of them criminals, many of them out of their minds, potential Manchurian candidates, committing acts of violence, some of them being allowed to do so and not be detained or arrested. They were attacking the police, and the police were under orders. Don't touch them. Okay. Now let me see what we got going on here. Another video. Go ahead, Kareem. Run the video.
Complaint says the baby that is connected to the charges was 5 months old and received multiple fractures in mid-November of 2024. It then lays out the video evidence that detectives say shows NICU nurse Erin Stratman causing those injuries. As Henrico County detectives continue to comb through video evidence from Henrico Doctors Hospital's NICU, we're learning more about one piece of evidence this criminal complaint filed in Henrico Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court says they have. A video from a baby's room in the NICU dated November 10th of 2024. Now on the video, detectives wrote that NICU nurse Erin Stratman can be seen taking a 5-month-old baby boy's legs and applying pressure to them. From there, she was observed to be placing her weight down on the legs of the baby. She then took both legs and pushed them backwards to where the baby's feet were at his head. The baby looked to be crying and in distress. Detectives say Stratman was then observed moving the baby's right leg, and the leg did not move as freely back and forth as the left leg. The baby was found by the hospital to have a fractured left femur, a fractured right tibia, and multiple rib fractures. Police responded to investigate on November 22nd of last year, 12 days after the video of the alleged abuse was recorded. On January 2nd, police charged Stratman with 2 felonies. Hospital officials say 2 other babies were also found with unexplained fractures in November and December of last year. And that is similar to incidents involving 4 other infants who were being treated at the same NICU in the summer of 2023. The hospital announced it was pausing admissions to the NICU right before Christmas. As CBS 6 previously reported, Stratman was placed on paid administrative leave in 2023 after the hospital conducted an internal investigation into the initial 4 cases. She was not criminally charged back then, and it's unclear when Stratman's suspension ended. Child Protective Services listed the abuser as unknown at that time. Now, this report detailing a 2023 visit by inspectors from the Virginia Department of Health shows the state cited the hospital for failing to promote each patient's rights by not reporting the suspected abuse within 24 hours of having reason to believe that the babies had been abused. When asked about the VDH findings, a spokesperson for HCA sent us a statement that reads in part, "Once we determined that the fractures could have been caused by something other than the development and size of the babies, we reported the fractures to the appropriate authorities, including CPS, and fully assisted in the investigations they launched." Dominique Hackey, the father of one of the infants injured in 2023, told me today that it outrages him that the hospital installed cameras after his baby received a fracture as a way to prevent future babies from getting hurt, and yet he feels like the hospital failed to protect its most vulnerable patients. Aaron Stratman is being held.
Translation, they covered for this bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. They covered for this bitch. This bitch, what they left out was that for a whole year she had been suspended with pay. And they brought her back. Then this particular reporter is leaving out some things. Maybe the other videos can't be used, but I'm gonna fill you in. She had been placed on leave with pay, y'all. And they brought her ass back. They covered for this bitch. And they know she was in there breaking those babies' bones. Yo, look. Let me just I'm a temper my speech. But I'm gonna say it again for all y'all who tune in. Do you see how blessed you are that you have dedicated, liberated moderators like we here on the Lions Den are? You see how blessed you are? I bet you some of you haven't even heard this damn story. But this ties back to, again, about 3 to 4, 5 months or more ago, where Karima, myself, JT Yeshaya, and Sister Tawana were talking about some serious shenanigans going on in these hospitals where black women turning up dead, black children turning up dead, newborn especially. But this here just brings it home. You cannot tell me this is not some kind of deliberate systemic. And I'm sure this is not an isolated incident, y'all. That's the point I'm trying to raise. We are living in some serious evil times, and I gotta know, I'm gonna say for my black listeners that this is where we really need to hunker down and start getting our own, as far as hospitals, prenatal care, you name it. Hit that medical field. Some of y'all out there, you nurses, you're nurses, you're nurses assistants, some of you are doctors. Pool your money. This got to stop. They covered for her. They knew she was the one that was doing it. So since the videos that I did have, some are not usable, look the story. You now know the story. You know what's out there. Look it up, y'all. Gang stalking. Look it up. So now what we want to do, we want to keep our presentations here listener friendly. We've been on now 3 hours. I could go on. There's some other issues I want to cover. We'll do it another time. The conversation will continue. So, seventh and I see you, Shardar. He dropped off. Probably has something else here to take care of him and knock out the box. So, in parting, seventh answer. You have any parting shots? Okay. Timing is everything, I guess not. So, here what I'm going to do. In closing, we here at the Lion's Den. The conversation continues. We want to thank you for tuning in. I want to give a thank you for those of you out here in the comment section. Jay Snake the Great. Better late than never, but welcome. Jay Snake the Great. To Feeds Darrell. To Tyrone Wannabow. Yes, Mr. Mississippi. You all up in here as always. To Vivian. Yeah, wow indeed, Vivian. Wow. To Vivian. Django and this mofo. To Tawana Johnson, our color commentator. To James Henn. Hello. To Vicar Emerson. Woodson Payne. I have no problem giving anyone who's been in here thanks. Woodson Payne. And so many of us who tune into the Lions Den, thank you very much out here in my comment section for your commentary, true believers. And for y'all who've been listening, we hope that you've learned something before it's said and done. Also, here in the Lions Den, we encourage you to get up off of your duff and check things out for yourself. Don't just take our word for it. We want you to do your own research and check things out, because at the start and end of every day is always going to be your spiritual, intellectual, and emotional maturity responsibility to make sure that everything you hear here is indeed the truth. Okay? And so, with that being said, we give honor to the Lord in Christ as always, from whom all positive thoughts flow. We give thanks to the one true Son, Christ, who died so that we could all live. And in parting, once again, I myself, Malachi, Yeshaya Da, and the seventh answer, Lady Karima, the Lioness, we thank you for allowing us to come in your mind, soul, and ciphers. And in the spirit of Don Cornelius, on the Hebrew tip, as always I say, Shalom, peace, Ahab, love, and the Posh, for we love your souls. And we are up out of here, y'all.